Grandmama, my husband Thomas, my son Larry, and me, we were all sitting down watching reruns of the TV show 227. Now, Mary, that was my favorite character. She was always in everybody's business, but she always told it like a TI is. We have been sitting around and self-quarantining and sheltering in place due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We have so much time on our hands. We have practiced all of our drills. We practiced our financial drill, the fire drill, and the census drill. Earlier, we had practiced where everyone would hide in case the census taker knocked on our door. Now, my husband Thomas, he was gonna hide behind the living room drapes. But I could still see his size 13 shoes sticking out from underneath. This had caused a heated argument, and it included reasons why I decided that I was not going to cooperate with the census.
That is not at all how it happened. The argument started when my son Larry asked me why I went along with the drill. When Mabel admitted that in the 30 years we had been married, not once had we been counted in the census, I wanted to know why. That's when she came up with this crazy list talking about the government ran it, and that was just a thing that they did to keep tabs on black people so that they could control us. So I laughed, and that's when she really got mad.
Dad is right about Mama getting mad, but he also got angry when Grandma put her 2 cents in, siding with Mama. Grandma was laughing at both of them. I told her I think she's enjoying the fight.
I knew that boy was gonna blame me. Mabel know when she was growing up, we didn't let no census takers in. Meddling all up in black folks' business, asking all those personal questions like, who lives up in here? Who sleeps in that room? Who you sleeping with? They even asked questions about sex. So I said, yeah, I do. Occasionally. But you know what? Nowadays, you can look out the window. And if you see a census taker, just don't answer the door. I tried to convince them, but they would not listen to me. I'm old, but I tell you, I know the difference between a census taker and a Jehovah's Witness.
So much noise was going on. The children had come out of the kitchen, one yelling, the other was eating all the chips off the cookies, while the other was accusing her of biting off all the pecans. It was so much noise going on that nobody heard the doorbell, except Grandma, that is. Suddenly, over the noise, Grandma did, "Everybody be quiet!" Then, in a softer tone, she said, "The census taker is here."
I placed a mask over my nose and my mouth, and I slipped on my surgical gloves, and I said a silent prayer that this trip would be pleasant and uneventful. Now, when I reached the top of the porch, saw this this elderly woman peeking out of the window at me. I smiled, and then I rang the bell.
Now, when Grandma had announced that the census taker was here, everybody started scrambling to their respective hiding places.
I just knew something was going on. When the elderly woman opened the door, it sounded like New Year's Eve inside. The elderly woman, she just stood there, looked me up and down, and finally she yelled over her shoulder and told me to come on in. I said cautiously eased in. Not quite all the way. I looked around and I saw one other person, and I assumed that, she was Mrs. Mabel Wilson, the homeowner. I identified myself. I stumbled to a nearby table and chair, and I sat down, and I opened up my briefcase, and then I pulled out my short questionnaire.
I was glad he had the good sense to wear a mask and gloves and social distance in my home, but I was determined to show him that I didn't intend to cooperate. I told him I wasn't surprised to see a Black person working on the census and informed him that I knew the government had sent him in order to make me more relaxed so I would give up more information, and that they were only counting Blacks and Hispanics so that they could control us.
As a formality, I asked her name. She replied, "You already know my name." I moved on, and I asked, "Okay, well, who lives here?" And she replied, "Just me, my husband, he's not here right now, and my mother." Suddenly, I heard a muffled cough. I mean, it sounded like it was coming from a pair of shoes sticking out from under the drapes. Then another cough, which obviously came from Mrs. Wilson. At that moment, I knew it was time to cut to the chase.
I looked him dead in the eye and said, "Look here, Mr. Robinson. Are all these questions really necessary? Now, isn't the real reason they want to count Black people is so that they can control us? They only count the Black and brown people. Tell the truth now and shame the devil."
I paused a moment, and then I took a deep breath before I spoke. Then I said, "Mrs. Wilson, I see that you have been inundated with the myths concerning the census. Now I need to clear up a bit of misinformation. There are many African Americans as well as Hispanic census takers. I just happen to be the one who pulled your name for an home visit. It is the job of the Census Bureau to count each and every person living in the United States, regardless of race, religion, or citizenship. The Constitution mandates that this be done every 10 years. Now, the census provides important data that lawmakers, businesses, teachers, and not-for-profit organizations, they all use to provide products and services for you and your community. Now, did you know that genealogists can use the data from the census to trace your family history? More importantly, the results of the census determines the number of seats each state will receive in the U.S. House of Representatives. Now, it's crucial that we get an accurate count. Every year, billions of dollars in federal funding go to hospitals, schools, free breakfast programs, lunch programs for elementary school kids. Funding also goes to your fire departments and your various health programs. Funding for individual states and their communities is all based on census data.
Did you say billions of dollars, as in billions with a B, when he said,
"Yes, ma'am"?
I couldn't control myself. I started yelling for everybody to come out of their hiding places. I was like, "Thomas, get your big overgrown butt from behind those drapes." Now I know Mr. Robinson seen your size 13 shoes sticking out. And I said, "Lucia, y'all come on out that kitchen." But anyhow, y'all get on in here. I had to let them know that I had been mistaken about the census. I started telling them and explaining all the stuff that Mr. Robinson had explained to me, but the words got tangled up with my tongue. I don't remember what I said. I was so excited. Billions with a P.
Well, needless to say, the rest of my visit went exceptionally well. Now, I was able to count everybody, although Grandma told me not to forget to count the baby in Lucia's stomach. As I left, I reminded Mabel, as she now insisted that I call her, to tell her friends or family members or neighbors that they can all be counted too, online or by phone or by the mail. And you and your family stay safe. I hurried to my car, just glad to be able to remove my mask finally. Now, hopefully, those of you who've been watching this film have also received important information. And if you haven't already filled out your census, stand up and be counted.
Stand up and be counted.
Stand up and be counted.